So lately, I've taken an interest in railfanning some of the different railroads in Florida besides the CSX, and the two that I've been playing around with lately are the Florida East Coast Railway and the Florida Central Railroad. Seminole Gulf is still on my list, and it has been for quite a while, but I need to find time to go down there and find out a schedule that works with mine. Life is getting busier, hence the smaller clip videos that I've been posting, but I still made some time to get the train, so this video is those different ones that I've gotten recently. It's not too much, but at least it's something, so here we go. We're going to start off here with the Florida Central Railroad in West Orlando. We're here on the Sears branch, just west of Modelo Yard. I've seen this branch for quite a while, but I've never seen a train working this branch in all the years that I've been out here going to Modelo. This was a Monday afternoon, and I just so happened to hear them switching closely, and usually when I hear the conductor pretty clearly, I know they're really close when they're switching, because the engineer, you always hear the engine radio pretty clear. So, not seeing them in Modelo or Highway 50, I checked the park out, and they weren't working the park, so I decided to swing over. I saw crossing lights flashing on the Sears branch, and lo and behold, Florida Central 7033 is switching out a customer here on what's called the Sears branch. The park job, seen here, runs Monday through Friday, starting out on the Silver Star branch, and works various industries in there and around the Modelo area. In charge of this train is a GP9RM, built by General Motors Electromotive Division and rebuilt for the Canadian National. After rebuild, these units, which Florida Central has 4 of, are set up to run Long Hood forward. So the control stand is located on the left side of the cab as opposed to the right. 7032 is the only one set up for right-hand running. The next Monday, I went back to Modelo to see the morning Winter Garden turn, which I found just finishing up their work at Modelo and were heading north. This train's usually a good bet on Monday mornings, as they head north with cars that had just come in from Z915 the prior night. This job will work between Modelo and Vulcan, which is up in Lockhart. Even though this is the Winter Garden turn, this job specifically doesn't usually go to Winter Garden on this day. The Winter Garden turn that goes to Winter Garden operates on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe. This will take the train from Z915 on Sunday night and Monday morning, and this will work the industries between Orlando and what's called Vulcan Siding near Lockhart. This train's first drop right now is going to Landers Recycling, which is where all the scrap cars are going. I couldn't chase this train the whole day, but the entire day that I was in the area, I would hear them working around the area on the main line. last place I saw this train on this day was over here at Finfrock in Lockhart. Train was spotting up scrap cars and landers, and after this I had to leave. This being one of my favorite spots on the Florida Central to shoot, Overland Road. Really killer shot for a southbound train in the early morning. Friday morning, I went to the East Coast in search of train number 336, which was to have two SD40-2s leading north to City Point. I get to my favorite spot here in Cocoa on Dixon Boulevard and get my first train coming north. I only came out to get one, but it looked like I was about to have maybe 3 or 4, which is really good for me. Florida East Coast train number 210 seen here is the southbound counterpart to Hotshot 101, the highest priority intermodal on the system. But any railfan who railfans the Florida East Coast Railway knows that these intermodal trains are now dominated by the new ES44, well, not so new anymore, but they're dominated by the GEVO ES44C4 locomotives. Had no idea that this train would come forth with 2 EMDs in 2020. This is wild and probably just as good, if not better, than the 2 SD40s I was looking for in the first place. After 210 heads north, we hear dispatcher give permission to an AFW1 to head south after. So I move south and find this nice little lake to frame a train going by, and this train totally snuck up on me, as you can see here, with no time to set up. I'm sitting in my car and I hear this rumble. I look up and I see 2 engines in a car head toward me. The work train is for Brightline Construction. They're continuing double track north of West Palm Beach toward Cocoa and over to Orlando. They stopped at an industry to pick up more cars and head south. So I head over to the south switch at Pineda Siding, where there are still searchlights. When I get there, I hear train 920 call the dispatcher, wanting to come north by here. So I set up waiting for it, hoping to see a meet with the AFW1 at the siding. The next day, I'm in Florida East Coast's Bowden Yard just south of Jacksonville, where we see them hustling around some power in the shop area and building train 107 in the yard. Here we watch an LNG set get back down to the shop shed, and this gives us a nice chance to see this set with good detail. You usually don't get a very good look when they whiz by you on the main line. Over on the other side, a set of EMDs sit on the ready track, which, unaware to me, would become power for the next morning's train number 141, which I did not get, unfortunately. After Bowden, I make my way down to the yard at New Smyrna Beach, where we see train number 202 working. They're picking up some engines and a tender to bring north to Bowden. 202 is a junk train that runs the whole system from Hialeah all the way to Bowden. While 202 is working, train 107 is making its way south. The dispatcher eventually calls 202 to ask to drop the signal at the north end of the siding to let 107 get lined to roll south. At this point, it's totally dark and all the lights for the parking lot we're in are off, sadly. So with my camera shutter all the way down and the iris is wide open, this is about the best I can get light-wise. The darkness and the speed of this train as they highball south make it blur, which kind of adds an interesting effect. This train is interesting in the fact that it had CSX coal on the top and just about everything except the kitchen sink, and the kitchen sink being ethanol. Everyone talks about how the Class 1 railroads like CSX, Norfolk Southern, and UP are doing PSR, but I think the Florida East Coast is the true king of precision scheduled railroading. After 107 passed, we knew it was time for 202 to get lit up to go north, so we moved to a crossing right at the north end of the siding at New Smyrna to get 202 heading north to Bowden. And that would be it for my time with the Florida East Coast Railway. I'm always closer to the Florida Central, so I always have more footage of them. But the Florida East Coast was good, and I actually really enjoyed the railroad. And it was actually crazy to have no GEs on that first Friday. So I'm glad I got a good spread of the power, and I just really enjoyed myself. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and we will catch you next time.